I bleed silver with black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 I'm a Raider for life.
Touchdown! Raiders!
What's going on, my Raider Nation? It's your boy, clean shaven, Mikey Raider, coming to you with the bed hair at midnight. Why? Because I just woke up. I lived the life of a vampire. I lived the life of a recluse. And I'm not talking about the spider. I also lived the life of the Midnight Raider. A lot of people who know who that is. And if you don't, that's your problem. And the lights are switching right when I talk about the Midnight Raider. Well, the Midnight Raider is actually coming out right now through this video. Because we're going to talk about a subject that's been a few days in the making. And I haven't had the chance to give you all a video. Why am I acting like The Rock? Because you smell what Mikey Raider, the Midnight Raider, is cooking. I'm clean shaven, ready to go. I just got finished with having a girl on my face. I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. It's time to represent the t-shirt. Pick up some merchandise, some OG Raider Central gear down below in the merchandise links. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider donating to this channel. Buy me some tacos. It's all I got going for me. This is my job, and we all know I'm not doing a very good job at my job. But y'all love me, and you guys are getting the Midnight Raider. And hopefully this weekend I can have a Raiders roundtable. I've been doing a lot in my life with other things, trying to get my life in order. So hopefully you guys get a Raiders roundtable this weekend. So consider becoming a member to be a part of that, because only members only can participate in the live stream. Thank you guys for your support. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Tom Telesco. Let me see if I can move this back just a little bit. Let's talk about Tom Telesco, our new GM. We all know Raider Nation gets divided on every freaking subject of the world. And everybody wants to fight everybody on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, for some damn reason. And everybody thinks their joke is funny. And they like trolling. And they like hating. And they think, I made a joke at him. It's funny. I trolled him. I put him in his place. I gave him straight facts. Well, Midnight Raider says, F you, trolls. But I'm just tired of being divided. Whether it be against our former quarterback that shall not be named, our head coach search, our general managers, our coaches, I'm done. Let's talk about Tom Telesco as the hire. Are you happy? Well, let me put on my Midnight Raider beanie because I'm cold. And let me be quite honest with you guys. Am I happy? I don't know what I am. I don't know what to think. I don't know who to praise. All I can do is speak from my heart when I have an opinion. And at first glance, I got pissed off. Tom Telesco, who? A damn choker? Couldn't even get it done? With the Chargers? Well, he drafted Peyton Manning. I don't care when he was with the Colts or he helped draft Peyton Manning. But let's be honest, guys. He's a veteran. But the truth be told, GMs, after they get fired after 10, 12 years, normally don't get another job. Especially 2 months after they got their butts whooped by us, where we took them to the tool shed. We took them to the river. I don't know what to think. Kind of freaks you out, especially when everybody wanted Champ Kelly, Antonio Pierce, the DEI inclusion of the all-black owner, coach, GM. Not that it's a bad thing. I didn't say that it's a bad thing. everybody calls everything DEI nowadays whenever they talk about race or hirings. But, you know, it would have been an awesome thing for the Raiders to have for a full season a black coach, a black GM, and a black CFO or CEO with the woman as well. I forgot her name. Sandra Douglas Morgan. That would have been awesome. But this has been a year of controversy. And let's just figure out and talk about why, in my opinion, Midnight Raiders' opinion, why Mark Davis did what he did. There's a lot of variables here, guys. And nobody can think into Mark Davis's mind. But clearly, just from the top of my dome, Mark Davis hired first-time GMs on multiple occasions. Maybe the previous 4. You know, like rookie GMs. And whether you think they worked out or not, like Reggie McKenzie, I forget their names, the guy that was announcer on TV. Believe me, I just woke up, my brain is not all there. And it's never really all there. But he basically hired first-time GMs, just like the last guy, you know, that came with the coach, with that evil coach from the devil, from Satan. He's Satan, he's the devil. But, yeah, so he wanted to go a different direction, Mark Davis did. And then Champ Kelly would have been another first-time GM. Even though he was the interim and the assistant, it would have been going down the same path that has not been working. And normally they hire general managers, then they hire the coach after. But in this instance, there was a lot of pressure for Mark Davis to hire, you know, Antonio Pierce, from the players, from Max Crosby doing what he did, from the legacy people, from the fans. Again, we all love Antonio Pierce. We all see the swag, whatever he's bringing to the Raiders. We all see it. And, you know, we kind of understand it. And thank goodness it was pushed into Mark's face. So Mark, in terms of the GM, in terms of the coach, was like, you know what? I always wanted to go with veteran superstar coaches. Sometimes they were rookies as well, like for the first time as a head coach, like McDaniels. But I think you realize that rookie thing ain't really going to work, especially with the GM. But now we're talking about Antonio Pierce being another rookie coach. But then, you know, he probably thought back, and he's like, dude, the Raider swag, the staff, the fans, the legacy players, everybody is putting pressure on me. And he goes, I enjoyed what I saw from the Raiders under Antonio Pierce. So even though I technically want a superstar coach like in Harbaugh or whoever, I really don't have the money, first off, because he spent so much money on McDaniels. Again, I'm just speculating on why Mark Davis did what he did from another white person. But so he's like, you know what? I like what he did. I see it. I don't have a lot of money to hire Harbaugh. Harbaugh's going to want to bring in, you know, his GM. So should I let the coach bring in a GM or be the de facto GM like John Gruden again, who he also failed a little bit with Gruden being the GM? So he had a lot of decisions to make. So he did the NFL legal thing where you interview candidates and this and that. And then just to quickly throw a rumor out there that I heard or that I read, they interviewed Ed Dodge. I believe, I forgot what team he was with, the Colts or somebody else. Ed Dodge, that general manager. And apparently Mark Davis knew that he was going to go with Antonio Pierce, or it was already set in stone. Again, either or, I do not know. But he knew he was going to go with Antonio Pierce. And he told all the general managers, probably in an interview, you know, that, hey, you're gonna have to work with Antonio Pierce as the coach. Is that okay with you? And the rumor is Ed Dodge said, I would want to bring in my own coach, or I do not want to work with him, or whatever he did say. So then Ed Dodge was kind of, Mark Davis is like, I want you, but you know what? If you can't make it work with our guy, our Raidernation swag guy that I want to go with, you know, then toodles. Then he interviewed Many others I don't care about talking, but Tom Telesco. And we all know now, like I said, he got hired. But we're trying to figure out why. And a lot of Raidernation, of course, has a problem with it. You know, he's an ex-choker. He's a this, he's a that. He couldn't get it done. He's only went to the playoffs once or something, or twice with the Chargers and didn't get it done. You know, why would he hire Brandon Staley? He was such a bad coach. Again, there's going to be pros and cons for Tom Telesco everywhere you look on the internet. And that's okay. Everybody, give the pros, give the cons. But looking at it from Mark Davis's and my perspective on why Mark did what he did when he interviewed Tom Telesco, I believe Mark Davis also knew that he didn't want to hire Champ Kelly as a rookie general manager, to put somebody in that big of a position. And then if he did do that, he knew he didn't have the resume and he didn't have as much faith in him. And then you don't want it to be, and I'm not trying to be rude, but you don't want to be public pressure and a diversity hire publicly. Again, because the media, the reporters were, oh, we got to have Champ Kelly. We got to have Antonio Pierce. You know, we need to have that all black like office and coaching staff and general manager. And that's a lot of pressure. And Mark is getting tired of being told what to do. You know, again, the Max Crosby situation and all that didn't help. And a lot of people were clamoring, you know, like Mark Davis is letting the fans and the players and everybody run the damn team. So to calm everybody down, that's why he hired Antonio Pierce first. Okay, people don't understand this. Normally, the way it should work is you get the general manager, then they either rehire Antonio Pierce or they get their own coach. And again, that's why Ed Dodge was not hired as GM. I'm sure Mark Davis wanted him, but he wasn't willing to work with Antonio Pierce and wanted to probably bring in another coach. And Mark Davis is like, no, I want Antonio Pierce, but, you know, like, you need to work with him. And I'm putting my foot down. I'm making a decision for myself and for the fans and the players. I want Antonio Pierce. And if you're not willing to work with him, then you're gone. So he got to go. So here's what happened is he interviewed Tom Telesco. Tom Telesco's like, I'm cool with it. I love what Antonio Pierce is doing. You know, he's a better face of the franchise than me as a general manager. I'm sure this is what he told Mark. Tom Telesco doesn't want to be in the front office, public opinion. And he's like, dude, you know, let that be on Antonio Pierce. And I like what he did. And there's an interview where Tom Telesco already said, he goes, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, whether it be offense or defense. I don't care if you're a rookie head coach or whatever, or just a motivating coach. I appreciate them all. Their job is to CEO the team, you know, to get the team together so that's what Antonio Pierce did. So long story short, he approved Antonio Pierce. Yeah, I'm cool. I'd love to work with him, you know, and I'll take Antonio Pierce's input on players because Antonio brought in Jack Jones. He definitely said, I'll take input in. So here's what happened is Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce met as well. And then Mark Davis made a decision and said, yep, we're gonna hire Antonio and we're gonna hire Tom. But then publicly, he hired Antonio Pierce first. Why? To please everybody, make everybody happy again, for the most part. Not everybody's happy, but most people are, that Antonio Pierce got the job. And on my last video, I tried to do like a title called They Got It Wrong. And then everybody, your decision is stupid. Your opinion sucks. They didn't even watch the damn video. I'm happy for Antonio Pierce. I'm excited for him. I even told them that it was clickbait in the title. Because whenever you put things negative on YouTube, you literally get more views. Even though in the video I was happy and excited and I told the truth, you get more views with negative stuff. But then people say, oh, your opinion sucks and Antonio's going to do good. You're wrong, Mikey. And then I start laughing. You MFers didn't even listen to the video. You just look at the thumbnail. It's not even in the title. It's in the thumbnail where I said they got it wrong. You MFers don't even listen to the video. And then you're telling me my opinion's wrong? when my opinion was your exact same opinion. Watch the video. Stop assuming. That's your problem in life, is you assume. And when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Well, you put it in the thumbnail. That's why you're a sheep. Because first off, you don't listen, you don't educate yourself, and you fall for whatever they tell you. So in the thumbnail, I told you, and I made a picture where it looked like I was mad, and I wrote, they got it wrong. So you're like, oh man, Mikey Raider's mad, you don't like Antonio. That's the problem with the world. That's why I'm a conspiracy theorist. I actually watch, listen, investigate, and determine a solution and find out that they're fake. Just word of knowledge for the people the next time. Maybe I should do a thumbnail like that on this video. Ha 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 ha! Who got you? Midnight Raider. Mikey Raider. Talking that shit. Mikey Raider. Telling the truth and talking the shit. Like Antonio Pierce said, smoke your shit, drink your shit, and like Mikey Raider, tell the facts and talk your shit. So Mark Davis released publicly that he was hiring Antonio Pierce, and the Raidernation was in arms. Happy day. And we're all excited. But he knew Tom Telesco was going to be the GM. But he released Antonio Pierce first because the public hire of Tom Telesco might rub people the wrong way. So they're happy about Antonio Pierce. They might not be happy about Tom Telesco because they wanted Champ Kelly. So Mark Davis did manipulate the masses. So you get happy, then you get a little sad. So now you're in the middle. That's one way to introduce you. But again, why did he go against Champ Kelly like I spoke about it? Champ Kelly's a rookie, and he has some concerns. And Tom Telesco, he has a resume. The AFC West. Mark Davis knows this. He built pretty decent rosters on the Chargers team. Of course, he had mistakes and flubs, but they got some really good talent. Plus, they were almost perennially going to the playoffs every year. And that hasn't been us. You know, whether we beat them out for the playoffs that one year or not, like they're on the cusp every year. Maybe except for last year. But, you know, he had them for at least the good 7-8 years on a really good run. Even though they technically, I think they only went to the playoffs twice. Or maybe that's under Abert. But he had Phillip Rivers, you know, they at least replaced Phillip Rivers with a decent quarterback, you know, because we are in an exchange of a quarterback. So, I mean, if you really want to think about it, Tom Telesco is a good hire. He's a really good hire. And again, it also shows the public that Mark is also running the team. You know, he didn't give in to the players. He didn't give in to the press, to the media, you know, by hiring Champ Kelly per his concerns. That he's actually like, look, I gave you all what you wanted because I also want it as well. I'm nervous about Antonio Pierce, but I get it. I understand what you see. And I'm going to let that work for a year or two. We're going to figure that out. But now when it comes to the general manager, I'm worried about Champ Kelly. I know him and Antonio Pierce have worked together, but he's still a rookie. And I've hired first-time GMs for so many years, and it ain't working. And we have somebody that was playing in the AFC, not only the AFC West, or being a general manager for so many years. He knows the Chiefs. He knows the Chargers. He knows who else is in the AFC. I can't even think right now. The Broncos. He knows them all. So Mark Davis is like, and he's willing to work with Antonio Pierce. He didn't give me any headaches. He doesn't want to be the face of the franchise. He wants to, you know, disappear into the shadows and only talk when he needs to. Let Antonio Pierce do all of that. So, at the end of the day, I can understand this hire. I can. I don't have so ifs, ands, and buts about it. But in in honesty toward Champ Kelly, I want him to be a homegrown Raider GM in the future. I still want him to be a part of this team. And I don't know how Mark will make that work. If Champ Kelly will feel disrespected, that he truly deserved to be the general manager, or if he'll get a job as a general manager somewhere else. And I'm being honest, no disrespect intended, I doubt it. Okay, same thing with Antonio Pierce. I don't think he would have technically got a head coaching job somewhere else, maybe defensive coordinator or something like that, if he didn't return to the Raiders in this position. So that gave Mark a little bit of leverage. But I hope Mark Davis can figure out a way to, financially incentivize Champ Kelly. Okay? But it's on general manager Tom Telesco, not Antonio Pierce. They both will want each other's input, but I guarantee you it's on general manager Tom Telesco to hire the new offensive coordinator. And we don't know about the defensive coordinator position. I don't know what's happening with Patrick Graham. I haven't really been able to look into it due to a lot of my time constraints. But I want Champ Kelly to be a part of this team, and that would be a foundation to build upon, because if he can become the assistant GM under Tom Telesco again, on the next go-around, Champ Kelly will always be hired as the general manager. So it would behoove Champ Kelly to, and hopefully Mark Davis would help him be a part of the team, financially incentivize him, make him the assistant, work under Tom Telesco, and that would be a win-win scenario for everybody. But again, depending on how Champ Kelly feels, if he has any offers from anybody else, it's all up to him. So in summary, Midnight Raider approves the Tom Telesco hire. It may not be obvious to every reporter and fan and general manager, but you know what? In my opinion, Mark Davis got it right with the head coach and now the general manager. It's still up in the air. I'm not saying Tom Telesco is going to bring us a Super Bowl in 2 or 3 years. That's not what I'm saying. But he hired a veteran instead of a rookie general manager or a head coach general manager, and he's trying something new. But he's at least trying with that Raider swag and that Raider feeling with the new head coach hire in Antonio Pierce. And now we got a foundation. And in summary, I just want to talk about it. I'm watching a lot of Max Crosby interviews and podcasts and hype videos, and he's still, his ego, I'm not trying to be rude, he just, in the videos, he's like, I'm all about the team. I put it all on the line. I do this, I do that. I'm all about, getting Super Bowls, which is all good and fun. And we loved hearing that. But with that quote about it's either the head coach or me, or I'll do whatever I can, or all things are on the table, that soured a lot of people toward Max Crosby. And it might be proof that he's branding himself and he's maybe added a little bit of a celebrity ego and maybe a little bit becoming, or in his mind, like the de facto leader of the team, which he is, but he's maybe enjoying that power, if you understand what I'm saying. But that's my concerns. That may not be the case, but sometimes you see something while it's happening and you can agree and understand it, and you're like, yeah, you're right. I love you, Max Crosby. But sometimes you could say, wait, you said that 5 different times. Where's the humility? Are you becoming a celebrity? Are you letting the power get to you? I don't know. You got a little bit of an ego there, Max Crosby. Simmer down. Hey, but that's my opinion. Doesn't mean I have an issue with Max Crosby. It's just when I start seeing them do it too much, I start questioning why they're doing it so much. Speaking so much about themselves, what they do for the team, and what they want the team to do. I'm like, ugh. It's like that old phrase, what was it? And I don't mean this in a derogatory way toward Max Crosby, but that bad phrase that was so weird, shut up and dribble. Shut up and play football. But, you know, they got to make their money. They got to become a brand. They got to sell themselves for a life after football. Because Max Crosby is getting injured, getting older. He plays so hard. You don't know how long anybody has left in this life. So you got to start making your money for a post-football career. And I can understand it. But every once in a while, I'm like, oh, you're irking me, Max. You're irking me! And I'm sure you guys think the same way about me. Mikey Raider, Midnight Raider. Let me know your thoughts on Tom Telesco down below, your honest, true opinions. Again, I understand the hire. I appreciate the hire. I can understand it from what I believe Mark and why Mark did it. I'm cool with it, guys. I'm looking forward to him bringing in another quarterback, figuring out a way to get us a quarterback, because he moved on from Peyton. Then he got Phillip Rivers in San Diego or whatever. And then he moved on from him with a pretty decent quarterback in Justin Hebert. But yeah, I hope he picks up an athletic quarterback. And I'll be honest, I'll just say it. I want a black quarterback. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so afraid to just say it like that. I'm not saying anything wrong. I want the excitement of like a good, skilled, athletic black quarterback. If there's white ones out there in college, I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch college. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I appreciate Tom Telesco. I think he's going to do an all right job. So Raider Nation, let's get behind him. Let's stop the hate. Let's stop the hatred. We got a really good, solid foundation to build upon. We got the Raider Nation swag at head coach. We got players that are speaking out for the organization, getting tattoos. And we got that love back in the building, guys. And, again, there's going to be many decisions, whether it be with Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams coming up that we'll all talk about. But for now, let's get behind Tom Telesco. And I came up with a nickname for him, and I want to hear yours down below. I'm going to call him Tom T. Let's go! I'm Mikey Raider. Thanks for watching today's video. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed. Remember, there's only one nation, and that's the Raider Nation. And you know what? We're all about the commitment to excellence. And I can say that proudly now. Raider Nation, we're building. And now we know it's real. It's not a facade.
I bleed silver and black, and I wear it with pride. Hold my shield to the sky. I'm a Raider for life. 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 I'm a Raider for life.
Touchdown, Raiders!
Oh, I also forgot to say, with Tom Telesco becoming our general manager, does that mean Return of the Mac, Return of the Mac, Return of the Mac?